I did have a friend one time who pitched a company that would serve ice cream in the summer and then switch to soup in the winter. And there was just like this whole business model. It's like, that's it. You're moving with the market every time. And I think people were having to explain it was like, that is the most fiscally irresponsible and demented scheme.
I mean,
who goes out to buy soup?
Yeah, specifically.
Like, I'm going to go to a takeaway soup restaurant. Like,
I have soup out if I'm like getting something else as well. Like we have a place, Pret a Manger, and you might get a sandwich and some soup.
See, this is interesting. We might be discovering more of these sort of climate differences down here in the southern hemisphere. I just don't think that we have soup. Like, if you go to a sit-down restaurant, you can order soup. Maybe it's not a guarantee, but it might be on the menu. Never would I be able to purchase a takeaway like cup of soup.
I get that though, because I've lived in places that are pretty warm, and the last thing I would ever want is soup. Jesus Christ, yeah.
Let me get hot liquid that is food.
Although I used to live with a guy who did briefly run a soup, not a soup company. They call it a company, I guess, because it's like they were trying to make it a thing. Zest used to be called. And he used to make giant vats of soup, like just on our stove. And the thing is, then when the stuff that didn't sell, we just got. So I've drank some weird soups because he was always like trying to like, oh, let's mix this with this and stuff like so. I had a great time for a soup because it was like, oh, fond memories of just when I used to get free soup all the time.
Hey, I'm a soup head. You know, I like a good soup.
Yeah. We said have to have them sell it at the farmer's market on occasion, and we always had a rivalry with the buffalo guy across the way. Guy selling buffalo meat always thought he was hot stuff because he was just like, oh, well, I mean, soup, you can get that anywhere, but can you get buffalo meat anywhere? No, you gotta come to me. Such an asshole, that guy.
Could have worked together. Could have made a nice buffalo soup.
There you go. Should have been like the King's Chicken and the Snowy Cones ice cream guys.
Yeah. It's the crossover we all deserve.
Yeah.
I say this as a vegetarian, but you know.
Although now I've been looking at the Sesame Seed chicken packet frozen on screen so much, I think that's going to have to be dinner later.
You're getting a takeaway.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, then we go in and Robin, ever the keen observationalist.
It's Nora Freeze.
Somehow still and perfectly looking pristine in that tank, even though no one's cleaned it for days. And this guy's own fish. Let me tell you.
Well, he's got a good filter. You probably just had the basic filter now.
I assume it's some kind of a preserving fluid, not exactly formaldehyde, but you know, something that's you know.
Well, it's Bacta from Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a Bacta tank.